Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Woo! 1 second. Go there, that's good there, that's good there. That's good there, that's good there. Fun fact, fun fish fact. If you have an approximately 300 square foot garage and you're about to go live in an hour and you walk out here and it's 8 degrees Celsius, if you have a 300 millimeter spec Voron V2 and you crank your bed up to 100 and you leave it like that for an hour with all the fans going to circulate their air around with the door open, you'll heat up your garage 2 degrees Celsius. Fun fact. Also, turn on all your lights. That helps a little bit too. Yeah, remember when I was complaining about the heat in here? Now it's cold. It's like, okay, I got my long sleeve on. Science, exactly, science. Speaking of science, printing chocolate science, right? That counts, right? That's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, so I've got, I gotta restart the bed. Control, no, home, temperature, bed, heat that bed up, heat that bed up. There we go. Keep me warm. Nice and warm. Okay, the apron is back. Yes, not only because it's cold, because we're building a printer today. We're gonna get into it pretty quick because I know a lot of people are excited for this. So am I too. But I'm gonna ramble for a bit because I totally forgot I had an important meeting before the stream today. And then during said meeting, I completely forgot that I was going live at 1. So it was like, oh all the things that I wanted to do before going live, guess who didn't do them? Because I was in a super cool meeting, which I saw cool stuff. You'll like it. But I can't say anything because that would be rude. So yeah, so while I stall here, today, if you don't know what's going on today, today is a day I've been excited for a while now. Because we are finally building a cocoa press. What is a cocoa press? Well, it's actually, the name is horribly misleading because not only is this not really a press, well, I guess part of it could be construed as kind of like an injection molding apparatus. There is actually no cocoa in this box. It actually comes in a separate box. But the cocoa press from Cocoa Press, I guess that's what the name finally ended up being for the actual printer, is just Cocoa Press. It's a 3D printer. We have some of those. I got a Tico right there. If you want a perfect example of a 3D printer, we have a Tico right here. So what makes this different? It prints chocolate. That's all you need to know. Link in the description. Go buy it. Wow, I gotta recenter this camera. It's a printer that prints chocolate. Go buy one. Link in the description. Simple as that. Like, that's all. This is the ultimate wifey approval printer. I'm like, hey, hon, I'm buying a printer. She's like, another one? I'm like, this one prints chocolate. She's like, okay. Like, that's it. Hey, I'm buying a printer. It prints chocolate. Sold. That's all you need. That's all you need. There's your sales pitch. It's a printer that prints chocolate. So that's what we're doing today. We're building a cocoa press. We are building a cocoa press. If you want to know what's in the box, today's Friday. Watch Tuesday's stream. We went through the box at the end of the stream. We went through everything. I've got all my printed parts right here. If you're wondering about the printed parts, yes, I store my parts in the boxes my kids' toys come in, because why not? We've got a mixture of 2 different colors. I went with Polyalchemy Gold ABS for the main, and then the accent parts is Sparta 3D Galaxy Red. This is all ABS. And then for the little insert piece, I found some silver PETG. I think it's Jesse. So I made the logo there. So all the parts were printed on either the Bamboo or Voron. Obviously the multicolor stuff was printed on the Bamboo. It pooped everywhere. That's what it does. But yeah, all the parts, if you've ever printed Voron parts, they print like Voron parts. Simple as that. So yeah, so how's everyone doing today? The overlay isn't on. Oh shoot. That's right, we did a, 1 second here. Overlay. There we go. Turn the overlay the way on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Is this the new manual? Yeah, this is the updated manual. Cool. Yeah, we had a member stream on... No, wait, today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Shoot. I am so out of it today in terms of scheduling. Today is Tuesday. Today is Friday in Japan. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. It's Halloween. Yes, it's Halloween. I'm not dressed up. Okay, so there we go. I got my costume on. Okay, so we're gonna build the cocoa press. So I'm not wearing that. It'd be fun to wear it, but it is. Actually, it's warm. So we're gonna go right into the build. I think this is the first build series of this printer. It's like, I lucked out, I got first kit. I threw my money at Ellie as quick as I could, so I one of the first batches of people to get them. So we're gonna go right into building this because I know a lot of people are gonna be interested in building this, and there's no videos. Yay, capitalizing on the first one out there. Yay. Need to wear a proper... Okay, I'm actually kind of peeved. I went on Amazon yesterday to buy a chef hat, but I live in Canada, so nothing would have arrived in time. I was gonna have a chef hat for today, but alas, no chef hat. No chef hat. So, before we get started, important, every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. We'll do the draw at the end of the stream. I'm aiming to end around 4. We may end a little later, we may end a little bit early. It depends on where we get to in the build, because I try to keep each... I don't want to start something if I know I can't finish it when it comes to a section of the build. And also, this stream is not sponsored. I bought this kit with my own money. I threw my money at Ellie, and a chocolate printer arrived. So if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, there's links in the video or in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel, or consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting memberships to others, etc. They go a long way in supporting the channel, allow me to do the things I do, create the content I create, because I would not be able to do stuff like this without your continued support. So cheers and appreciate it. So, whew, no chocolate giveaway. I don't have, I've got a tube of contact cement. If we hit 5,000 likes on today's video, I will give away this tube of contact cement along with this roll of blue tape and a 3D Printopia sticker. If we hit 5,000 likes on this video before the stream ends, I will give away that. Also, I'll throw in a Bic pen. Okay, so prep. We're building a printer. If you've never built a printer before, it's, I don't even know what to say because that's all I do for the past 5 years. Hey, there's a manual. But you're gonna want a clean work surface. Obviously, this is a printer. You do need to build something that needs to be kind of geometrically accurate. I've got my layout table here. This is not really a layout table. Go to any place that sells countertops, that does countertops, ask for an offcut. Hey, can I go dumpster diving in your scrap bin? I need a roughly this big size of quartz, okay? This will be flatter than probably most things in your house. I'm not gonna make that joke. This will be flatter than most things in your house, and you can get these really cheap. An actual layout table is expensive. It's a 3D printer. It's a glorified hot glue gun that splooges molten chocolate. You only need to be accurate enough. So this is good enough. The Cocoa Press site is down. What? You lie. It's up. So get a nice flat, clean surface to build your printer on, especially at first when you're doing the frame. Okay. When I have videos on my channel about squaring up the frame of a printer, but that's pretty much the most important part, because if your printer frame isn't square, your motion system won't be square. You're going to be printing eggs when you're meant to print circles. So once you get all your stuff, you print all your parts. You do have the option of buying the parts on the site if you don't have a printer that can print. You don't need to print the parts in ABS, by the way. Oh, by the way, these prices are Canadian, so I'm in Canada. If you don't have the ability to print the plastic parts, you can buy them from CocoPress. Again, these prices are Canadian. Wow, you can even get them with the heat set inserts. Is that already installed? If so, that's actually really cool. I don't see people do that often. So there's that. The parts are PETG. I printed mine in ABS. This is an open air printer. You don't actually need to print ABS parts, but that's what we do around here. So many new people. What are we even at right now? 250 viewers? Everyone, make sure you like the smash button. If you're new here, say hi. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right into it. Nothing to drink. I do have my gamer subs, which I forgot out here. Oh my God, it's so much warmer in the house. I'm totally not talking fast because I'm freezing and I was in a mad rush before going live. So I forgot I had a tub of emotional damage. So that's what I'm drinking today. Will it nom? Not these, but what these will make will nom. Okay, before we get to it, here's the site. Here's CocoPress. Link in the description. Again, this isn't a sponsored video. Wow, I need to move my... I gotta move over here. This isn't a sponsored video, but I've been following Ellie and CocoPress for a while now. I actually first saw about it on an LTT video years ago. So I'm super... I can't get over how happy I am that this is finally out and you can build one. So yeah, I'm super happy for this build series. So if you want to know actual information about the printer, it's a V0 that prints chocolate. What more do you want? But here's your actual specs, everything that comes in the kit. If you want to read, you want to read, but y'all want to see me build the printer, so let's build the printer. Let's get to it. So we have our manual. Let's load up the manual. Tohose, 20 months. Cheers. Speed benchy. Yes, we will print a speed benchy on it. I don't know if we'll actually do a sub 30-minute benchy. I think you can. I think it can do sub 30. Sub 15 will be pushing it though. Is it fully open source? No, but yes, but no. The actual main body of the printer, I don't know if they have the CAD. Also, they just put this up here. If you go on the main site, hit documentation. Look at this. The printer's been out for 3 days. And look at all this helpful documentation. I don't know if the actual printer is technically... The printer itself is a V0 with a modified bed and electronics and a 2020 frame. That's what it is. The tool head itself, though, there is custom machined stainless steel parts that are food grade, that are involved in the tool head. I have no qualms about them keeping that secret sauce closed source because that's the magic that makes this work. So the tool head itself, I expect to be fully closed source. Like, yeah, it uses some off-the-shelf parts, but like there's custom machined stainless steel components here that are only for the CocoPress. That's kind of what makes this work. So I kind of don't blame the team for keeping that aspect under wraps, but it is what it is. So there's the manual. Should it be open source? The part, okay, when it comes to open sourcing, if you design something that's derived from an existing open source model, you have to release what you've derived based on the license. So OpenGL or OpenGPL v3, which is Voron, if you modify a Voron part, you have to release the source of your modified Voron part. However, if you design a completely custom tool head from scratch that uses no existing Voron, yes, it mounts to an MGN9 rail and the belts connect in the position they would connect in a Voron, but all the CAD in this tool head is completely custom. You don't have to release that CAD. It's simple as that. So yes, like obviously this has a lot of Voron DNA in it. I mean, Max designed pretty much a good chunk of it, I believe. This is a Voron, and without being called a Voron, it's a custom machine. It still is a fully custom new machine. So, what are the melt temps? Ellie's in chat, I believe. She would be able to answer any specific chocolate questions, more than me probably. So yeah. So there's the manual. It is the Cocoa Press. Okay. Before you begin your journey, a word of caution. This machine can injure or damage itself if not taken care to follow, or if care is not taken to follow the steps. Please read the entire manual before you start assembly. Best of luck and happy printing, Cocoa Press. Yes, this is, at the end of a day, a CNC machine with a heating element. If you don't know what you're doing, oh, and there's mains voltage involved. If you don't know what you're doing, find somebody who does, especially when it comes to electrical. This is a CNC machine with an active heating element. Do take all necessary precautions, like a toaster, okay? Table of contents. So this is a 213-page, fully illustrated manual. Cheers, Nemgria. Part printing guidelines. The Cocoa Press team has provided the following print guidelines for you to follow in order to have the best chance of success with your parts. These are often questions about substituting materials or changing printing standards, but we recommend you follow these. So it is fused filament fabrication. You don't print the parts in resin, please don't. PETG is the recommended material compared to a Voron. I printed mine in ABS. They should be fine. Try to avoid PLA just because it's PLA. You can print some of the cosmetic stuff probably, but it's PLA. Infill percentage. I printed all of my stuff at Voron's parts settings. Again, this isn't an enclosed high-speed machine, so you don't need to worry about some of the things you would on an enclosed Voron. We're not printing ABS on here. We don't have a 100°C heated bed. The bed doesn't even have a heater. And this is open air, and this thing is not pushing speed benchy speeds. So you can kind of pull back a bit on the overkill settings that we use on Vorons. Yeah, FJ print, what's that? What do we also mount this tool head on a... I've kind of suggested to Ellie that she make the tool head assembly its own thing so people could DIY their own machines, potentially bigger ones, potentially dual-headed ones with a caramel extruder. But as of right now, I believe it's only going to be available in the full kit. So there we all go there. File naming, primary color. So if you don't want to know about colors, if there's a little A in brackets in front of it, it's an accent color. And then there's quantity there. STL file list, there's a, there you go. And filament, they actually have printed solid baits and filament for them. So if you are interested in printing your Cocoa Press in the official PETG colors of Cocoa Press, you can buy this nice little pack there that printed solid whipped up. Okay, introduction, how to get help. If you need assistance with your build, we're here to help. Head over to our contact page and submit your questions, reporting an issue. If you have any issues, go to the GitHub or Discord or email, whatever. There's a GitHub link, Cocoa Press link for the website, contact info. Discord, join the Discord if you're building one of these. Hardware references. So if you don't know what a socket head cap screw is, here's a picture of a socket head cap screw so you know what it looks like. Gears, heat sets, bearings, parts label call out. So this is where, you know, it would be labeled out, part label correction, labeled as machine screw, blah, blah, blah. In the event a part or is mislabeled, a red box is used to call out so users are aware of what the label says. Blind joints. The frame is attached with blind joints. If you don't know how blind joints work, here's a nice little video. Oh, hey, look, it's this guy. You should sub to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. But there's a nice little video on that. How to put T-nuts in. Luckily, this is all 2020, not 5015, so you don't have to worry about putting your M3s in before you put the frame together. You can do it at a later date. There we go. Washing and drying. Before remove the box labeled cartridge, unpack and wash with soap and water all cartridges and housing components. This includes brushes that are in the box labeled build plate. We're not going to be printing today, so I'm not going to do that yet. But these are basically, all the parts in here are food safe, so wash them. You don't want, you know, yucky stuff on your chocolate. This gives them time to air dry before you start printing. Ellie, if you're in chat, is the core, the tube and the nozzle dishwasher safe? It's stainless steel, so I believe it is. But I believe it's dishwasher safe. And there's your extrusions, and there's all the different types of extrusions you're gonna need. They're all in the kit, obviously. So everything comes in the kit except for some hardware you'll need. You're gonna need a soldering iron to install the heat set inserts. You can just buy a cheap one off Amazon. That's what I do for heat sets. It comes with all the tools you need, apparently. I'm going to try and use the tools that come with it. All the parts you need. The only thing you need to secure on your own is the soldering iron, potentially some like snips and cutters and whatnot, and the printed parts, unless you buy them from CocoPress. Yep. I usually wash by hand, but you can put it in the dishwasher too. Awesome. Now, before we get into the build itself, so I'll timestamp this for the build. We are following the build today. It is Halloween. It is October 31st. Wayne, cheers for the 5 gifted community memberships. Appreciate it. So we are following the build guide as it is right now. This is a first batch of kit too. Like literally the first batch of CocoPress that went out to people who threw money at Ellie are out. We are in early days. Ergo, please follow this video as a reference to the instructions in the manual. I gotta move this camera over. This is bugging me. One second. Whoop, there we go. So please follow this video as a reference to the manual. If you see something that differs in the manual that you downloaded when you are building yours, compared to what I'm doing in my manual that I'm following today, follow the new manual, because I can't edit a video in the future. So if things change, or the documentation gets updated, or the kit gets updated, please be aware of that. So this video will be a product of its time. If we run into some issues with the manual or parts, whatever, again, this is all brand new stuff. This is, the manual's already been revised once since it came out like 3 days ago. So just be aware, it usually takes a little bit for everything to kind of settle on a new release. So just be aware if you're following the docs that things may potentially be slightly different. Okay, so let's go. Collect your extrusions and sort them by length. We will highlight the extrusions in each step and label them as shown. Okay, so let's get the extrusions out. So we've got our electronics. And I got the music going. I got the lo-fi music today. We got linear rails. We got build plate. Panels. Frame kit. There we go. Waiting for the liqueur injection. Well, I will admit, I'm going to be trying some manual mixing, put it that way. So everything comes wrapped, and this is, for those wondering about the kit itself, this is basically an LDO kit. LDO did the work for the kit. So if you've ever printed printer, English is a language that I speak sometimes. If you've ever built a printer using an LDO kit, expect that level of fit and finish when it comes to the kit, because this is an LDO kit. And also, if you want to know more information while I'm going through this, obvious questions like cost, how much this costs, where can you get it from, the dimensions, whatnot, there's a link in the description. It's got that info. M600 snaps pause. So if you're printing, if you're doing liquor-filled chocolate, is it like every time you hit an M600, is it like one for you, one for me? Is that how it works? Gotta get that first scratch. Exactly. So first thing you do, and I say this for those that doubt me, I say this pretty much every time I build a printer. Okay, first thing you do, you unbox all your extrusions, you pick a random one, and you put a scratch in it. Okay? Because now, you won't care when you accidentally scratch one later. Because it will happen. Simple as that. Okay. So we got to sort these by size. Now be aware, they're sorted by, a lot of them look the same length. Where'd my mouse go? There's my mouse. They all look the same length, but there's holes that are different on them. So, let's sort this out. Okay, so these are those ones. Okay, What's the difference between B and C? The B extrusions have a third hole drilled on the lower end. The C extrusions only have 2 holes on each. Okay. Okay, so that's B. Okay, that's B. There we go. That's C. Okay, so we got A, B, C. D's all have 1 hole at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. This one's missing a hole. Okay. I am missing a hole in one of these. Yep, that's missing a hole. Unless I'm dumb. I'm dumb. There we go. There we go. Okay, that one. Okay, E's got 2 holes in the middle. Z are the 2 shorter ones. X is the really short one. And then we got, these ones are really cool. These are some nice, fancy. They've got curved extrusions. So there is my messy floor. There's all the extrusions you're gonna need. Okay. And that's what we're building. Did I print these feet? I'm pretty sure I printed those feet. I'm hoping I printed those feet. Did I print those feet? I did. We're good. I did print the feet. Okay. So first things first. These are all the parts you're going to need. You're going to need an M3 driver, an M5 driver, some scissors. There's your hardware needed and the printed parts. So let's get those screws out. So, fill plate, linear rails, panels, motors, cartridge. So I don't need that right now. Put you over there. Plunger parts, power supply, fasteners, and tools. Fastener kit. You've got some tools, you've got some bearings. We've got our heat set tool here, which I'm actually going to install on my iron because the one I have on here is ancient and bent. Put any thought in printing cheese? Maybe? It depends. Like, I know there was a ton of work that the team put into getting chocolate printable, okay? Because it's not just, you know, it'd be nice if anything you could shove into the tube you could print with, but it's not. It's not that easy, unfortunately. It'd be really nice if it was, but it's not. What infill is best for eating? That's a good question, because I will say, if you've ever had an Aero bar, it's a lot like eating that, because it gives you this like airy texture to it. How excited is the family for this? I've got maximum wifey approval, put it that way. Okay. So M5 16x4s in the Z extrusions, which are these ones. So if you keep all your extrusions lined up in an order, you should be able to judge everything based off the image. knock them on the ground. So we got that, and M5 16. Did that even cut? That did. So who's going trick-or-treating tonight? Who's going trick-or-treating tonight? M5 16s, M5 16s, M5 16s, M5 16s. I will sort these out for the next stream if I remember to. The kids are going. That's why I was gonna start the stream at 2 today, but I'm starting a little bit early, so I can end early, so I have time to make dinner, so we can go trick-or-treating with the little guy. I really like these screws. These are, are they not metallic? I think they're not metallic. Let's find out. Are they metallic? They're like stainless steel screws, so they're not that magnetic. What's the time for you right now? It is 1:35. It is 1:35. Also, I may one-shot this build, and by one-shot I mean normally how we do things on this channel is we build on a day, and then usually that's the only day of the week. So like the VZ-Bot build was on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday we did a build. I'm probably gonna power through this, so that means we're gonna build it today, we're gonna build it Friday, we're gonna build it Saturday, and keep going until it's done. Because I want my chocolate printer. I don't want to wait. The G extrude or the E extrusion, same thing. So yeah, so we're probably gonna be building this every stream until it's done. How many tons of chocolate did I order? I didn't order tons, but I do have the chocolate that comes with this, which I believe you get. Is it 15? You get like 5. What do you get? You get like 15 slugs of chocolate that come with it, like 5 white, 5 dark, and like 5 milk or something. And then I ordered an additional order of like 10 milk chocolates, I think. Is a printer staying in the kitchen? I'm gonna put it in somewhere safe. I'm gonna keep it somewhere safe. He ordered, yeah, but I ordered spare. Yeah, that's what I regret ordering. I was really, looking back, I should have ordered more cores so I could play around with like pausing and switching out cores mid-print. But that is something I did not do, which I'm kind of regretting now. I only got the one core that comes with it. Okay, so we got the E extrusions, we got the Z extrusions, those have that. Okay, blind joints. Align the Z extrusions, the holes on the side of the Z extrusion secure by inserting that. Okay. We'll adjust the position on the next page. Okay, so how these work, if you've never worked with a blind joint before, it's actually quite simple. These have, you can see here, a hole here and a hole here. These ones too, so these are your bottoms. Make sure your holes face this way. And then these ones, you can see these are the Zs. They don't have holes in them, but you got our screws on the end. What you do is you get the right size Allen key. And you want to put your screws in so they're just sticking up enough so that this way you slide them on that. You line them up with the hole. And you just finger tight for now because we are going to move them later. There we go. So I'm just finger tightening them for now. We are going to adjust the final position later. Drop my Allen key already. Okay. So line them up. By measuring the distances, align the extrusion profiles. Tip, the holes in the E extrusions can be used to align with the Z. Okay. So we need 75 millimeter spacing. So at this point I go, where did I put my scale? Go, where is my scale? And then realize I could just use a vernier. So turn that on, zero it, bring it out to 75 mil. Does it need to be within 0.01 millimeter accuracy? Probably not. You can eyeball this with a actual scale. So 75 mil. So this means this right here is 75 millimeters long. Loosen my screw. And line it up. Come on. Now, when it comes to the frame, take your time and do it right. Why is that? Why do you need to do it right? Well, because if your frame's not square and everything's spaced properly, you're gonna have binding issues. The last thing you want on your chocolate printer is every time you print, you know, anything, the bed binds. You don't want your bed binding. Okay, you don't want your bed binding. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, you don't want circles coming out like eggs. Eggs are good for you, don't get me wrong, but you don't want your circles to be eggs. Okay, so you want to take the time to ensure that your frame's square. Okay, you want to make sure everything. That's why we're building it on this flat surface. As I tighten everything, I'm pushing it down to ensure it's flat. Go. And there we go. The Cocoa Press is the first time Americans will be able to experience a Kinder Surprise. Just put 3D printed toys inside. Hey, I'm not in the States, so I'm not gonna have, you know, the FDA breaking down my door for this. So I'm free to do what I want over here. And then you're supposed to have 80 mil in the middle. So let's double check that. It would help if I'm in millimeters. Are we okay with 80.1? I can live with 80.1 mil. I can live with 80.1 mil in the middle. Okay, next we got these extrusions. Same thing. So let's get these extrusions. When will chocolate be an option for PIF parts? So I had all these ideas of things I could do with chocolate, right? Print a Voron in chocolate, right? Somebody already printed one in TPU and it works. Print a quadcopter in chocolate, right? There's little FPV drones you can print. Print one of those out of chocolate. And then I realized it's friggin' chocolate, and anything you build with it will probably just fall apart immediately. I don't think you think creep is an issue with screws on PETG. Wait till you try it with chocolate. Trail features, $5. Cheers. 3D printed chocolate guns. FBI open up. How could a felony be so delicious? How could a felony be so delicious? Did the TPU warrant? Yeah, it was at Murph or Earth or Murph. It was at Murph. I have footage of it printing, maybe. I can't remember if I used it in a video, but it was printing. It might have been at the house we were at. Okay, so these screw in there, and there's 25 millimeters sticking out the back. Okay, so let's set this for 25 millimeter. And now these extrusions have one hole. You can see the hole right there through the Tico. Right there, all through the key. Wow, that delay, that was a bit delayed in popping up trail features. There's only one hole on these ones. Okay. And get it close, loosen it, get that out. Go. No joke, I had to convince an insurance company I wouldn't print guns so they wouldn't insure me. I believe it. Like, I know it's a joke because it's a chocolate printer, but the moment you talk, like, especially in America, hey, I'm a company that makes 3D printers. They probably have it on their checklist as an insurance company. Like, yeah, make sure they're not printing guns. It's probably just some underwriting checklist thing. Like, oh, anything in 3D printing, ask if they're manufacturing guns. Because you don't know. You don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, it just depends on the state law. And, you know, insurance companies, they want to know all the risks. Okay. Now we do the same thing up top. It's starting to look like a V0. I've got a surprise for you. If you think this is starting to look like a V0, you are in for a big surprise. Because this may or may not be based on a V0. I know it's not obvious, but it is a little bit of like a little Easter egg that this is based on the V0. Can I 3D print it? You guys want me to print a grub screw so I can eat it, don't you? I will print a grub screw. How's that? I will print a grub screw. I'm sure there's CAD models of grub screws. I will print a grub screw to make you guys happy. So considering a bunch of people already have these assembled, on the CocoaPress Discord, I'm assuming it shouldn't take too long to build this. Like, there's no heated bed, there's no extruder. Well, there is an extruder, but it's pretty simple. Print a caramel filled nozzle. Oh, we will be printing. Don't worry. Oop, wrong way. Oh, shoot, did I shift that? Okay, we're good. Okay, so that is that. The TIE Fighter of framing, I guess. Okay. C extrusions. Okay, orientation matter. The C extrusions are only threaded on one end. Make sure the threaded end is facing up on both extrusions. Okay, so C is this one, and it's only threaded on one end. Okay. Okay. started. I will say the fit and finish is looking really good on these parts, except for the one that I scratched on purpose. So now I don't have to worry about scratching them. So build a Cocoa Press printer. Parts for Voron V0 to print parts for Cocoa. Actually, I think this might break the rule. This printer, I think, breaks the rule. Every Voron, all the parts for every Voron ever can be printed on a Voron, except for the Cocoa Press. So I guess this technically isn't a Voron now. These parts, this part and this part, won't print on a V0. So technically the Cocoa Press breaks the Voron rule, where every part on a Voron can be printed, every part required to build a functional Voron can be printed on any Voron. This can't print V0 can't print Cocoa Press parts. So, or all the Cocoa Press parts. So yeah, I guess technically this breaks the rule. But it's not a Voron, it's based on one. That is true. I mean, but is it though? Because Ellie in Crazy Mad Science mode put a Revo on one of these at Murph and got a serial number for it as a V0. So technically, if you want to be technical. Well, these are just flopping in the breeze still. Okay, so we got that tap pull, and then we put these ones on. Orientation matters. The B extrusions have cross-drilled holes on one end. Make sure these cross-drilled holes are on the bottom. Okay. So it's these ones. Okay. Klaus, hey, just finished building my LDO V2 nifty little printer. Awesome. Okay, so those have the extra hole on the bottom. And that's the extra hole on the bottom. Oh, I put that one on backwards. Oops-a-doodle. There we go. If you print it, they will nom. Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. If you print it, they will nom. Should be quicker. Oh yeah, this will be a lot quicker to build than a V0. Like, it's the fact that we're already pretty much got a fully assembled frame. It's good. And then we got this crossbar. So that's the A extrusion. So that goes in there. Okay. Are there high flow nozzles for chocolate? There's a 0.8 and a 1.6. So if you want high flow, put a 1.6. What is the nozzle size? Oh, yeah, there's a 0.8 and a 1.6. And they're not V6 compatible. I'm sorry, I know we like to try and keep things V6 compatible. The nozzles on this are not V6 compatible, sorry. Okay, so the bottom has the extra cross holes, which are these, and that one, okay. That's that, that's that. So again, don't forget, we do have the Polymaker filament giveaway at the end of the stream. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. And also while you're in there, don't forget to like that smash button, ring the bell, do all the YouTube stuff. Check out the AF links, potato, potato. Okay, flip the printer over. Hide that. I'm going to adjust that. That one I don't like. That's not sitting flat. There we go. There we go. Was that even the right one? That was. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. So flip the printer over. That at the back. These T-nuts are printed parts are for the feet. On the bottom of the frame, make sure you have them assembled correctly and it matches. Okay. So orientation matter, follow the instruction of the T-nuts as shown. Okay, so let's put the T-nuts in. And these are M5 T-nuts. So you've got two different types of T-nuts. You've got M5 and M3. So make sure you use the right ones. Does Polymaker, I don't know. I don't know if Polymaker offers a chocolate filament. They have a brown. I actually use this in the Nerf gun. Oh, it's actually loaded in the machine. In that case, there. This brown is a Polymaker ABS. Yeah, I'd show you the spool, but it's loaded in the machine. It is. Ooh, is that gonna fall? No. Polylite ABS Army or ASA Army Brown. So if you want a nice Polymaker brown, that's the one I gotta fix. Why aren't you sitting? There we go. Oh, that is good. Okay. Will the first print be a poop emoji? We are more professional than that. I'm sorry. We don't do that around here. It'll be a muscular mushroom man. So I don't know if these matter. Yeah, I guess it does kind of matter. If you look, the nuts, the holes on the nuts go a certain way. I don't know if that's super critical, but I'm going to put them in like they do matter. So we'll go with that. Oh yeah, that's nice and square. It's funny, I used to be so like super critical about like nitpicky when it came to like squaring up my frames and like making sure everything was perfect. And now it's like, yeah, I built it on something flat, good enough. And then you check it and it's good anyways, and you're like, yeah, still got it. Also, hooray for post-insertion nuts. Hooray for post-insertion nuts. Side doesn't matter? Okay. Well, follow the instructions, because that's what the instructions say. Or show. I'm following the images. Okay. And now we got those parts. Okay, so let's grab those parts. These are probably the first parts I printed, so they're probably at the bottom. We got one of those, one of those. One of those. Build all your frames on an IKEA lax table. You're brave. You are brave. Okay, what screws hold these on? M510s. Can't find my shoes. If you can't find the rubber feet, check the wiring kit because the feet keep your printer grounded. Yeah, this is a Voron manual. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, that's a Voron manual. Puns and all. Okay, so M510. Oh, here we go, right here. Also, I do believe they do include some extra screws. So if you accidentally, you know, well, accidentally in my speak is, as you build when you drop stuff, you can, it is okay. Okay. So orientation matters for these. The way you put these in. The long way goes towards the back, and these guys with the ribs go on the back. Okay. Built my 350 on the floor. Well, if your floor is flat, you're good. It's basically like you want to build your printer on the flattest thing you have. Simple as that. The flatter, the betterer. Okay. So if the flattest thing you have is a countertop, then build it on that. If the flattest thing you have is, you know, for a while, I used, when I built my first Voron at home, the first one I ever built, I actually took the frame to work and put it together on a layout table. Like an 8-foot granite layout table that was like 6 inches thick. That was flat. But when I built a frame at home, all I did was use my stove. I have a glass top stove. It's got that, like that coil heating element. So it's a glass top stove. So that, when you clean it, it's pretty flat. So I use that. Use 1, 2, 3 blocks when in the corners. You can do that. When I was more picky, I would do stuff like that. But I've kind of just, you know, as long as you build it on something flat, you're good enough. And just take your time, make sure you put it together right, and you're good. Okay, so that one goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. Like, I have a machinist square downstairs. I've used that. I've got indicators. I've got all the fancy tools if I really wanted to. But ever since I got this, I just build it right on here, use this as a reference, and 60% of the time it works every time. Except when I drop my Allen key constantly. Squared mine on a glass stove. That's what I've used. I've used that plenty of times. Has any chocolate been eaten yet? No, we did try some on Friday. On the Friday stream. See, I didn't that's what's doing this to me. I didn't stream on Saturday, and it's thrown my whole schedule out. Does this use a micro Swiss hot end? That would be funny, but it doesn't. A micro Swiss chocolate hot end. No, it uses a I don't even know what is the actual name for the extruder on this. Like, obviously it doesn't have a fancy name like Stealth Burner or something like that, but square gears on a gas stove. Don't think that would work too good. Oh, this is the one part that warped that I didn't realize. So, cocoa and then the calorie burner. There we go. So then we put the little feet on. Mind the gap. The two rear printed parts will overhang the extrusions. This will allow. Okay, I see. That's why it overhangs. That makes sense. Okay, so now I gotta find. They say it's in the electronics because they're grounded. Because they're the feet. So these are not in that one. Chocomatic. I got heat sinks. Oh, it might be in the wiring. It might be in the wiring box, not the electronic box. Wiring kit. Haha, found him. What's the nozzle diameter? 0.8 or 1.6. There's two options. You can also go to the website, link in the description, that has all the information you would need. There you go. Pressure sensitive. The feet have 3M PSA applied. It requires pressure to adhere correctly to the printed part. Okay. So what we're going to do is put those all in. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do this. Look at that. Nice and stable. Okay. Rubber foot. Rubber foot. 4 pieces. Shouldn't it be rubber feet? It's rubber feet. 4 pieces. Okay. Interior panels. Oh, we're in panels already. I should have known this considering I went through this manual. But alas, I did not apparently. Okay. Heat set time. So, let me get my iron out. My heat sets out. So what I'm going to do for the heat sets is I'm just going to dump them in my bin of heat sets because they're all pretty much the same. Thought I'd be in costume. I said this at the beginning of the stream. I was going to get a chef's hat and wear like get like a chef's apron and everything. I was going to get it, but I thought about that yesterday and Amazon would not have been able to get it to me in time. So I abandoned that idea, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm looking for these 2 pieces. What are these pieces? Are those accent pieces? Are they accent pieces? Those look like it. Those might be accent pieces. No. Oh. They are accent color. Okay, yeah, they are accent. Okay, here's one. Please tell me I printed two. Two. There we go. Arthur, $5. Cheers. Ellie says the gyroid is the one that tastes better. You'll have to peer review and replicate the study as soon as the machine is put together. I can do that. I will sit there and I will print various shapes in various filaments or various infill patterns to verify the structural intensity of the parts. Sound good? That sounds good. Okay, so we put some heat sets in here. Oh, it's so nice when you got a fresh heat set iron. So good. Structural intensity. I speak English sometimes. One of these days, I'll build one of those fancy iron stands for heat sets. But not today. Not today. I know Vector has one. Naomi's looked really cool, but I don't know the status of Naomi. So I really don't want to buy something that may not benefit her because I don't know how she's doing. I hope she's doing okay. And then somebody designed like a Voron one too that uses a rail and the key back, which I might do because I have an extra key back now. Okay, so I'm like, why is this bad? And it's like, oh, it's because printed parts are now no longer stable. Okay, where did I put those M510s? And those are screwed on with M510s. So those go there, those go there. We will align these supports with the mid panel at a later step. Their position at this time is not critical. Okay. Way too. I know it's expensive, but it looks really cool. Yeah, the stealth one. Yeah. I need to build one at some point so I can, you know, use it in a video and then I can justify it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So anytime you're handling something after you put the heat sets in, make sure it cooled down first. The last thing you want is to get burned. So these just kind of, I guess, you eyeball them in the middle and we'll adjust them later, I guess. You grab the VLMP from West 3D. Yeah, I may check out that one too. Support a fellow creator type thing. There we go. Okay. So those go there. We will align them later. M3 T-nuts. Gravity is your friend. Laying the printer on its back may help with the installation of the nuts. That's a lot of nuts. Okay, M3 nuts. So how many do we need? We need 12, so 6 on each side. I need to get a new iron. This iron is ancient and I've dropped it and broken it so many times over the years. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And again, post-insertion nuts are awesome. Because you just do this, and look, they're installed. I've got some nice, I'm gonna do some beef kebabs on the barbecue. They're already marinated and everything. With some rice. Nice and good. Yeah, we are totally powering through this build. This is going to be Friday. We're doing this on Friday. This will be Saturday. I want to get this printer done. I want to print my chocolate. Also, so I can start making, you know, ADD Twitch or YouTube shorts out of it too. M3, who is she? This is the first time we've used M3 T-nuts. Be sure to select the right type, otherwise there's a significant amount of disassembly to resolve. Okay. Oh, don't paper over this. Remove the protective paper film from the acrylic before installation. Oh! Thinking ahead, the end need to be aligned with the holes. Now is a good time to make sure they are positioned correctly so we can attach the hardware later. Panel alignment. The panel should be aligned all the way to the top. There will be a 3mm gap at the bottom. Okay. Okay, so we got to get a panel out. By the way, this foam, this kind of foam, this like half-inch thick, 3/4 inch thick, save this shit. This foam is really useful for a lot of things. I use this a bunch in for my Mando armor for like spacing stuff out. This is actually, save this foam for projects. Like no joke, it's actually like hang on to it. You'll use it for stuff if you do any sort of projects or anything like that. It's actually really nice foam for that. Oh no! Ugh. My oak, please. Now comes the part of every stream I hate. Cleaning panels. Because for some reason I can never do it quick. It always takes me forever. Okay, so we need this guy. The rest can go in there. Every time I do this. Are those real Oakleys? Yeah, they're my shooting glasses. Yeah, these are my, I had them because I was using the Dremel. These are my Oakley shooting glasses. So I like them because you can change the frames, or you can change the lenses. So when you're outdoors or whatever, indoor, outdoor, you can just change the frame. And they are safety rated and everything, so. Pull up 90 degrees, that's what it is. You said 90 degrees would work, that didn't work. Also, this is the matte side, so it's probably why. There we go. By the way, I do have a garbage under the counter over here. Are these ending up in the garbage? I don't know. I'm just throwing them in the direction of the garbage, and that's a future Taylor problem. Well, yeah, helium is also a problem when you have all these holes in it too. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now I see. Okay, so this goes in like that. So now I gotta adjust these. Okay, so you go there, you go there. Okay. And that goes, so orientate it to the top. And now we gotta line up all these. 2, 3, okay. Move on. How many holes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 holes, but what, 12 nuts. How are we gonna line these? How are we gonna line these? Okay, so I guess. Two. The other. Did I forget how to count? I forgot how to count. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what it is. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. I cannot count. Can you count? I can't count, apparently. There we go. Okay, so a line to the top. Center. 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 And the middle gets 2. Cool. There we go. Okay. Thinking ahead, the NC nuts, panel alignment. So we align that to the top and we use M3/8 button head cap screws. M3/8. Tasty treat for Nero and the, let me check the Discord. What are you, do I want to download that? Nero treat. It's a grub screw. Why you do this? Why you do this? Why you do this? M3/8. Why you do this? Say. M3/8 socket head. Where's the button heads? I'm trying to keep everything in the bag so I don't lose them yet. At one point, I'm going to lose everything, and then I'll just start pulling everything from stock. But we're not at that point yet. M3/8. Machine screw. M3/8. Ellie! Ellie! Hex part tray. I do have part tray over there. I should probably. The thing is, though, I'm early enough in the build. Like, I don't want to put everything on trays yet. Because it's like, grab 3 screws from here. Okay, put them away, and you're not going to touch them for a day or 2. Russell, $10. Cheers. Ellie. Ellie. What? Focus. What the heck is Philip doing here? Hey? Hey? What is Philip doing here? What is Philip doing here? What the heck is Philip doing here? They're not even magnetic. They're not even magnetic. Food safe requirement? What? Wait. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck is Philip? Okay, so these go in here. We like our friends Phil, but no, actually food safe regulations in the US require Phillips screws in the food really? So you need Phillips? Okay, like I'm assuming that is the reason. Like I hope you know I'm making fun, but I'm like, so US food safe regulations require Phillips screws in the splash stone. Is it because of the shape of the fastener, or like, that just seems so weird. Like, I'm assuming that just, okay. Like, I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting. I'm just like, okay. Also, I'm a genius and didn't tighten this first. So, watch me try and tighten these screws. These M5s. There we go. Socket head is harder to clean and thus bacteria could grow. Really? Oh, okay. I don't know anything about, like, I trust you when it comes to chocolate things. Anything food related, I trust you. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, I guess. Okay, so we got our, so remember, when you install this panel, you need to install it so that there is the gap is at the bottom. You push this panel up when you tighten these two screws, because you're gonna put another panel in the bottom here. Okay, Z-axis. Okay, so these go, where does this go on? Okay, so we M5 nuts. Okay. Ooh, I hit a button. Oh, those go. M5. Is this going to get clippered? No. This actually runs Marlin for two reasons. One, I'm a big proponent that clipper should not be in commercial machines at a certain scale, okay? Something like the Magneto X, a low volume, more niche machine. Okay, I get it. But like, if you're trying to mass produce something, especially for those who don't do 3D printing on the regular, I'm a big proponent of don't put clipper in your machine. I don't think clipper is ready for it at that point. Also, the PID loop is much tighter on Marlin, which makes more sense for this kind of application. So we put two M5 T-nuts roughly in that area. Okay, choose your engine. The motor used for the Z-axis is the smallest, lightest of the stepper motors. Be sure to use the right one. Okay, so we need motors. Also, it's the one that has a lead screw in it. So, oh wait, there's two with lead screws. I forgot about that. This machine has two lead screw motors. So we got the light one. So this one. The big one is for the extruder. And LDO, of course. Okay. Then we need that printed part. Okay. Front. The motor wires should exit through the front of the motor to avoid colliding with the rear cover layer. Okay, so the wires come out the front. Okay. And then this goes on top like that. And then, so this goes on. So wires come out the front. And then we use M3/8. But socket head cap screws. Okay. So not these three. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Did I go back? I went the wrong way. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Ah, I lost my place in the manual. Shoot. Okay, M3/8. M3/8. Any thoughts of doing Cocoa Press on a V2 or trying it? Here's the thing. It depends on how well this scales. Like this should scale just fine. But the thing is, like, you need to remember, this is not a high-speed machine, okay? You are printing chocolate. So reasons to go with like a large Core XY machine diminish really quickly with this application. So if in the future you could buy the extruder, the tool head essentially. So in the future, if Cocoa Press sells the tool heads for these, honestly, if you want big, put that on an old bed flinger. Get yourself, it's gonna be so much easier. Just put it on a bed flinger. So much easier to deal with. Because these tool heads are heavy too. Remember that. This tool head is kind of heavy. You're lugging around a full-size Nemo with a lead screw and a bunch of CNC lathe worked stainless steel parts. I wouldn't use an Ender 3 because it only has one lead screw. You would want to use a bed flinger with a lead screw on each end so that the gantry is fully supported. But that's personally what I would do. Okay. Diagonals react. When tightening the M3, be sure to tighten opposites and ensure the fasteners are slotted holes for later adjustment to be needed. Okay. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle for now. What is the most important thing to get a Voron to the point where you can just click print and work? Make sure your profile is good. What I recommend for a printer, like when you get a printer built for the first time, and it's like, cool, it's up and it prints. Print on it a bunch. Make sure you know your pressure advance is good, your linear advance is good, your input shaper is good. All that stuff's good, right? Get that all good. And then when it comes to reliability, load a stock profile like Orca Slicer and print. And if you find the printer is having issues printing at those speeds, you start getting issues, slow it down, speed it up. Basically try and find the point where the printer just works reliably. And then once you find settings that work, don't mess with them. That's what I do. There's a reason I still use a Super Slicer profile from like 1.5 years, 2 years ago on my V2s. Okay, so that just kind of goes there. M540s, hold it in. Okay. M540, and they are socket head. So M530, M540 socket head. Way too much scrape. Yeah, this tool head is heavy, okay? This machine doesn't, like, here's the thing with Core XY. Core XY is a fast motion system, but that doesn't mean it has to be a fast motion system. At this size, it kind of makes kind of sense. Because you get a nice compact package out of it. Like, there are other advantages to Core XY other than speed. But if you were to if you wanted to build a bigger one of these that was like Trident size, you know, like 300, like, you gotta remember too, the slugs are only like 90 grams of chocolate. How big, you're kind of limited to how many times, you know, you're not going to sit there and, you know, reload it every hour on the hour. Center of the Z motor equal distance from each side, proper bed alignment later on. Okay, Cool. Hey, I found my scale. So let's see here. So that's 100 millimeters. So if that's 100, what are we on this side? $98. So if I go to 99 and 99, 99, 99. Okay. You can always adjust it later. Well, this is so much simpler than the so much simpler than a V0. No, dang it, I gotta move it over a bit. Those are flush at the bottom. And we can adjust it later. There we go. Okay, so center of the motor. Internal panels continued. Okay, so we got the bottom panel now. Oh, nope, not that one. That's the build plate. Won't need the build plate for a bit. Panels, there we go. I think this is the panel? Yeah, this is the panel. Hear me out. Chocolate chip extruder, like a pellet extruder, only no chocolate. The problem is, at that point, you need basically like the same kind of setup you would have in an injection mold, where you have like your actual like feed screw is tapered, and you basically would have to run it like an injection mold, okay? Where you have like a tapered feed screw. It becomes a lot more complicated the moment you want to feed it pellets, essentially. Yeah. Also, remember, like, Cocoa Press had to go and get like a special chocolate formulated that prints better. I probably will end up trying some other chocolates in here because I live in Canada and buying chocolate from Cocoa Press is a little pricey. So Ellie, in the future, when you go to like events like Murph and Earth and whatnot, bring chocolate to sell so I can, you know, smuggle it across the border. Because good old Canada tax, I basically paid double for chocolate. Variable pitch. Yeah, you would want to taper it because you would want to compress the chocolate as you get closer to the end, like it works on a injection mold. Declared value under. Well, what you do is you just don't lie. So when you get to the border and they're like, "What did you buy?" I'm like, "I bought some chocolate. I was at a Rep Fest. You know, I picked up some samples. I bought some chocolate. Whatever. You don't lie. You just don't go into detail unless they ask." Yeah, dang it. Of course, it probably doesn't help. This kit's been in the garage, so it's nice and cool. We're up to 12 degrees Celsius in here, by the way. Bloody hell. Bought chocolate to print guns and eat them. You want to get in trouble with all the 3-letter agencies at once? You got border, you got customs, you got the food and drug, you got FBI, and then it's the border. So you got the CBSA, you got the Canadian equivalent of all that. It's all the trouble. When you want to get on the list of every 3-letter agency in multiple countries, smuggle chocolate and say you're going to print guns with it. Oh, and then what you do is you also put candy inside, or you put non-edible things inside the chocolate too. So you print a Kinder Egg, so you get even more lists. Well, actually, no. A 3D printed firearm would violate Food and Drug Administration. It would be the same. You'd be breaking the same. A 3D printed chocolate firearm breaks the same rule as a Kinder Egg. You're not allowed to have non-edible things in edible things. That's why Kinder Eggs are illegal in the States. It's simply a health thing. You're not allowed to have non-edible things in edible things. It's a simple law. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So yeah, you'd be getting in a lot of trouble with a 3D printed firearm. That's chocolate printed. Plus, poor Ellie's insurance broker would probably have an aneurysm. You said you weren't going to do gun stuff with it. I hate these wrappers. I hate these wrappers. Come on. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's one side. It's like, oh, pull it up at a 90 degrees. It comes nice and clean. No, it doesn't. You lie. How warm is my room? 12.1 degrees Celsius right now, with 50% humidity. My hands are chilly. There was actually one this morning. Pulse slow. Yeah, but yeah, okay, actually. Pulling slow does kind of work. I should probably peel the rest of these before the next stream. Try 75 degrees. In what way? Like, are you talking 75 degrees on the backstroke, or 75 forward, or like? Like, I'm probably further north than you, so that probably affects it too, right? Coriolis effect and all that. Use a heat gun. I don't have a heat gun out here, actually. I've got a lighter. Okay. There we go. Okay. So M3s. And we got, how many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Use the force. So we put one here. One in each corner. And one in the back. Okay, so now this, I believe, just slots right in. So you go in like this, and it just does that. Easy peasy. While I line up everything. And then we probably got to use those really, you got to get the Phillips out. T9 alignment, the T9's going to be aligned with the holes, cool. And then we use the black M3s. Labeled as that. And again, they are Phillips because food safe somehow with American law. So we ain't gonna bug with that. You know I'm not American. Watch, like in Canada, Phillips are like illegal to use, and like something happens and I get sick and there's a massive lawsuit because I use Phillips in these or something. You use Phillips in Canada, that's illegal. You have to use Robertson. They must be Robertson. I don't know where my LTT stubby went. I gotta find it. I'm a little worried. I don't know where I put my LTT stubby screwdriver. Can't remember if it's inside or downstairs. Please don't sue me. You think I got the budget for that, Ellie? I ain't got the budget for that. Phil R, $5. Cheers. Appreciate it. What'd you say? Because I know you like Minions despite the dirty look. Oh, Minions. Ugh. Okay. I don't know why these screws are such a pain to get started. Oh, it's because that tipped over. Shoot. Nope. Nope. There we go. Oh, come on, come on. What's going on here? There we go. I'm just getting all the screws started and then I'm going to tighten them. Go. Oh, there is the pop-up. Why is there so much of a delay? What time are we at anyways? 2:47, got an hour left. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna align. Where is that? Is there anything about alignment? No? Okay. So I'll just align it to the front, I guess. Just kind of make sure it looks centered. Yeah, that's centered. What's behind the door? What door? That door? Everything. Because that leads outside. Okay. So that's that. That is looking very quickly looking good. Bed. Okay, so we need to put the rails on. So MGN9 rails. Mind the carriages. The carriages are designed to slide on the rails easily. This unfortunately includes sliding off the rails. Dropping the carriage will result in irreparable damage. Take care. Don't drop them. M310 socket head. So these could be socket head. So the screws that hold the rails in that are right here could be socket head. Well, these ones have to be Phillips. Okay. Like, just like that. Okay. Power supply, motors, rails. Shh. So all the rails are the same except for one. Simple as that. 1 MGN 7. Nothing's stopping you from putting socket. I know, but if I'm building it following the manual as a kit to review the kit, especially also as a guide for those that are building the kit at home, I want to build it as it comes. Although, yes, I personally would use socket heads for everything. But when it comes to, we don't want the feds showing up at Ellie's house. So are the rails food safe? Yeah, but they don't taste too great. So I am gonna put a little bit of white lithium grease in there. Am I clipperizing it? No! This will not get clipper. This is a Marlin machine. There we go. Ooh, that grease is cold. That grease is cool. So apparently, like, Ellie could probably, if she's still here, I think she's still here, can correct me. Basically, only the things that actually touch the food need to be food safe. So, like, the tube in the extruder and, like, the actual stuff that touches the chocolate, so the bed surface and whatnot. That's the only thing that actually needs to be food safe. Everything else doesn't, if I'm not mistaken. Except for, like, the splash zone, whatever the heck that is. Okay, so we got that. Nozzles would need to be, well, yeah, like that touches the nozzles touch the food. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm moving the stoppers from the top hole down one hole because I'm going to be keeping them in until we get most of the printer built, because I don't want stuff to fall out. Did they test it with repro? I have no idea. Here's the thing, if you're buying this kit, it comes with a controller board and it's all designed to work as is. Remember, this isn't a high-speed machine. The only reason I would want rep wrap in here is for the Wi-Fi functionality. But this is really not a printer you kind of want to run unattended too often, because it's a chocolate printer. Okay, mind the carriages. The carriages are okay, we already did that. So that goes in M310s and that. So I guess they just kind of self-align. M316. M310s. M310s. Is the grease food safe? It's white lithium grease. I'm assuming it's food safe. There are different zones. There are 4 pieces of the food zone, or 2 stainless, the polypropylene plunger, and the silicone mat. Okay, that makes sense. I found the exact wording for food safe. I think if you could just put that linked on the website somewhere, like frequently asked questions, because I know a lot of people, like I know when it comes to, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, all of them. I know like a lot of people have questions when it comes to printed parts when it's food safe, like because people do the 3D printed cookie cutters all the time. And like, you can use them once, it's just you can't wash them. That's the problem. So I guess you just kind of, these rails hopefully just kind of self-align, because there's really no way to align these, unfortunately. So what I'm doing is I'm putting all the screws in, but they're loose so I can adjust the rail. So they can all like find their happy home. When will the CAD files? I have no idea if the actual CAD files for the printer itself will be released. I believe there's a printers for ants that is pretty much a V0, but with 2020 extrusions. Is it the Tiny M? Is it the Tiny M or the Tiny T or something? Basically just build one so if you want an FDM machine. Because this is, you know, you could make this an FDM machine pretty easily. I mean, Ellie already did. Personally, if I were to build this as an FDM machine, I would scale it up to 180, because right now I think it's like 145 is the print volume. 145, 140, 145. I would scale it up so you can fit a 180 bed from a Prusa Mini, and go roll with that. That's what I personally would do. Put a V0 tool head on it, mini stealth burner, and just kind of roll from there. Okay. So those are that. Okay, so we put those on. Is there anything about alignment? All your rails are the same except for one. Okay, drop in. Okay, so it doesn't mention anything about alignment yet. Okay. So I guess what I can do is just kind of line one of these off that side. I can't even use that as a Bible. Can I use that as a Bible? What's that? 53. 53, okay. Is that 91 in the middle? Yeah, they I don't know. Yeah, the fact that I got no reference here for this is kind of like, I want my references. Okay. I can't even use this as the base because this is just a plate. So how do I? Well, you know what? I'll just. Two. 92. Okay, we'll just go with that. I'll just make sure they're equal distant to each other, and we'll just roll with that as our Bible. So that's 92 mil between those two. 92. Because again, remember, you're not printing stuff that's like geometrically super critical, right? As long as it kind of, you know, it looks like what you want it to do. You're good. How's my Prusa XL order? No idea. I got the email, but unfortunately I don't have the budget for it, so it's the email sitting in my inbox. go. Taking these down. So yeah, so if you're familiar with the V0, on a V0, this is kind of backwards. So this plate here that you see goes on the back of the extrusion. So when you build it, your rails, you'd be able to, you know, index them off. Do a stream funder? No, I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I mean, if you want to help support the channel by gifting some memberships or whatnot, that's always cool because I do need to pay this printer off. So make sure you like that smash button and all the other things YouTubers tell you to do. There we go. Okay. Flat as flatland. These printed parts need to be as flat as possible on the top surface that the bed rests on. Failure to have flat bed parts, bed plate, can result in warping and distortion when attempting to calibrate the printer. Okay. So, fun fish fact, there is no way to adjust your bed on this machine. Your bed is rigid mounted. You do have an inductive probe to do a bed mesh, but the bed itself is rigid, which is fine on this machine. Because again, you're not printing critical parts, you're printing cosmetic things. So when you print these, hopefully these are okay. Yeah, they're okay. When you print them, when you put them together, they should be perfectly flat to each other. If these parts warp, like they print like this, if they're warped, chuck them, reprint them. They need to not be warped. And 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, 4. What color scheme did I choose? I went with Polymaker Gold ABS and Sparta 3D Cherry Red Galaxy ASA. Okay, so those just scrolling like that, and the tab goes to the outside. So that goes like that, that goes like that, and that goes like that. Why can't I get this started? There we go. Donut Cat gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers, Donut Cat. Where is the red? On the accent colors, which we haven't used any of yet. Well, here's some red. There you go. Here's the red. Shadow with some, what is it, Polish? I think it's Polish, $59.99. Cheers, appreciate it. For the cool stuff. This is really cool. I am super excited for this printer build. Like as the kiddies would say, no cap, for real, for real. I want this thing up and running. You wouldn't have a source for like 152 millimeter ID clear tubing, would you? No. Home Depot? Maybe Home Depot? 152 millimeter ID. Why do you need a clear tube with this diameter ID? There we go. So that's that. Okay, and then we put our anti-backlash. The anti-backlash nut works by applying constant pressure on the lead screw. So that screws on like that. So where is that? Is it in the hardware? Where is the anti-backlash nut? Or is it with the motors? It might be with the motors. Let me take a looky-loo. Linear rails. Build plate. Nope, that's the build plate. Check there. Motors. There we go. Yep. So the way these work, there is a little video here if you want to know, but essentially you just kind of put it together like this, and they have a little tab that indexes. Okay, so you get this assembly, and there's like a little tab so that they don't rotate on each other, and then you compress them together, and then you screw it on. So that way the springs constantly want to spread these apart. Because if you've ever put a nut on a screw, on a lead screw, go get a lead screw if you don't have, if you have a free lead screw, put a lead screw, put a nut on it. There's play in the nut. Okay, you need play. If you have zero tolerance, then the nut doesn't screw on. So what the spring does by pushing the two halves apart, it basically forces the nut into the thread contact constantly, and you technically get no backlash. Or there still is backlash, because obviously if you have enough force, the spring will spring. But it makes it smoother, so you don't get as many wobbles. So how this works is a bench. Actually, let me see if I can. Okay. So it looks like, so the tube side goes down, and then the flange side is on the top. So what I do is I put the spring on it, and you start screwing it on until right there. So the lead screw isn't sticking out. Then you put the tap on. You make sure they index together. You compress them. Come on. Okay. And then you tighten it on as a unit. And there you go. So now there should be no backlash in there. And then you just put the bed on. Okay. M530s. Okay, so let's get the bed. Which... why do you need that? What do you need 152 mil for? Like, that's a really odd thing to ask for. It's a prop thing. Okay. Well, if it's a prop, just print it. Like, how long does it need to be? So here's your bed. I'm assuming. Okay. Okay, so you got 4 tapped holes on one side and nothing on the other. The 4 tapped holes face down. So that just kind of goes on like that. So I'm going to lay this on its back, because we're going to need M530s. Yes, this is an LDO kit. This is an LDO kit. 1, 2, 4. Nope. Yep, okay. So, let's come up from the bottom and screw to that. So you got 4 screws at the bottom that hold it all together. Donald, you distracted me. That's not my fault. Okay, so that is that. What's going on here? Okay, so unfortunately for me, this ain't centered. My lead screw, as you can see, isn't centered. So mine kind of looks like this. We got to make it look like this. Keep it steady. To align the Z-axis, remove the M5 screws holding brackets, remove the motor assembly, then adjust the slotted screws. Okay, so what I'm going to say here, luckily you can adjust it from the bottom. Maybe this panel, the bottom panel, should go in after you get the bed mounted. Because now I gotta like do that. I gotta take all this off. So unscrew that. And then loosen these screws and slide the motor back. There. How is that? Nope, that's still gotta go back more. So you can adjust it in X and Y if it's not centered. It just, this panel should not be on yet. This panel should go on after. Put a beacon on it? No. No. Okay, so that goes through that hole. Okay. So we gotta go. Does it have a probe? Yeah, this has a probe. It has an inductive probe. And somebody was saying beacon. It can't use beacon. It doesn't run clipper. Beacon only works on clipper. Okay, so if you're wondering what I've been doing, you can adjust the position of the lead screw up and down with the 4 screws on here, which is what I did. Put that back in there. And then left and right is with moving that. That looks good there. Oh, no, that's crooked. Ideally, your motor wire should be connected, pointed to the back of the printer. Nate, that's not what the manual says. Manual says face it towards the front. Dang it, as soon as I tighten that one up, it... There we go. Okay. There we go. There's our Z. Okay, so now, there we go. Now, and I gotta move that up. Okay, so that's that. And then how is it held in? M3/8 from the bottom. Okay, so screws come up from the bottom and screw into the actual holes there. So this comes up from the bottom. Get one started. There we go. There we go. So now, take the bottom stoppers out. Make sure it doesn't bind. I got so many emails. Yeah. We're good. Yeah, we're good. And it's a palm nut, so you don't need to grease it. Okay. M4 thumb screws times 4. Five piece. Okay, I got an extra one, I guess. Palm feels cheap, but amazing. It's basically Delrin, right? Delrin is the brand name for Palm, right? So these hold your print surface down. And it says just to put them in for now. Pushing plastic today? No, we're missing a few parts, unfortunately. But we will be continuing with this build on Friday. We're gonna power through this build series because I want my chocolate printer, damn it. I don't want to put the actual bed on it yet. I don't want to put the print surface on it yet. Because I don't want to get grease or any grime from my hands on it. Okay. There we go. So we already checked that. It goes up and down good, so we're good there. AB drives. Wow, we're already on to AB drives. What time are we at? 3:20. Okay. Let's put some heat sets in. Look at this. Look at this. It's light. Well, as light as it could be. My hands are getting cold. My hands are getting cold out here. What temperature? It's 12.5. Oh, that's why the bed turned off on my heater. And by heater, I mean the printer I got right there. That'll Sears, I want one. Well, there's a link in the description. You can buy one. Is that an accent part? That might be an accent part. Those look like accent parts. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, okay, so we got that one, and we need that piece and that piece. Okay. So I got those two. Okay, so maybe the rest are not accent. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get another box to put these in because these parts I keep taking out. The wife just opened the door and is smiling. But oh, what did you make?
A jack-o'-lantern.
A jack-o'-lantern? Do you want to show everyone? Oh, come over here.
Why?
Oh. Hey, it's a. Hey. Ooh, did you make this? Hey, come here. Show everyone. Hey, Calvin. Hey, get over here. Oh, you want to put it over there? Come here. Hey, did you carve this?
Yes.
Hey, show everyone. You made a jack-o'-lantern?
Yes, it was and it was the boat and one back into the yard.
Oh, he put some pumpkin seeds in the backyard.
Oh, you put some pumpkin seeds in the backyard? Are they going to grow into pumpkins?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Didn't even get in the house.
Didn't even get in the house and he wanted to do it.
But it broke.
Yeah, that broke. Okay, go inside. It's cold out here. You got no socks on. Silly little man. Did you catch what he was saying? I have no idea what he was saying. He was excited. I knew that. He was excited. Okay, so we got to put some inserts. So we're going to do both halves at the same time here. That can go there. So let's plug the iron back in again. Oh, Apollo, he's got plenty of gummies. He's got enough candy, that kid. Okay. So we've got to put a heat set here, which is the little hole. So be careful. There's a big hole that's a through hole, and then there's a little hole, and it goes in a little hole. And then it goes in that tab, and then it goes there. Okay, so I'm assuming all these are the same. Yeah. And then that goes there, and that goes there. Okay. Is 5 pounds too much? I got gummies for years, buddy. I don't eat a lot of gummies to begin with. Is that plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. It's just warming up still. Is it heating up? Yeah, it's heating up. That was a joke. Although, while I'm putting these heat sets in here, I'm going to give you guys a good tip. If you're ever building one of these printers, You know how it says, you know, read the manual before building, and it's kind of boring to just read through a manual and not build anything? What you do, print all your parts, put them in a pile. Go through the manual. As you go through the manual, pull out every printed part to one, make sure you have it. And then when you get to parts in the manual where it's like, hey, put your heat sets in, put your heat sets in. That way you do all your heat sets at once, and you go through the manual and make sure you have all your printed parts. And you're not missing anything. So that way you knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. You make sure you got all your printed parts and you put all your heat sets in. If I understand, this is a glorified V0 with a chocolate extruder and some food safe parts. Yep, buy one. Link in the description. Do you like 3D printers? Yes. Do you like chocolate? Yes. There's your sales speech. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. Oh, that heat set. Okay, so on these little ones here, I'll pull up the manual in a second. These ones are apparently got to sit below the surface, so yeah. So this one, make sure the part sits below the surface. There we go. Oh, we got an end stop. Oh, we got end stops. Okay. So that's that one. Okay, so this has Y end stop switch, end stop wire. And those switches come pre-wired to the outer 2 terminals, and that goes in with some self-tappers. Okay, so in that case, motors, wiring kit, Y end stop switch. Y max. I'm assuming this is it because there's only 1 end stop, I think. X max, Y max. Yep, that's it for switches. So there's an X max and a Y max. Okay. The price is the price. Lower production volume, custom machine, stainless steel, food safe parts. The price is the price. It is what it is. I try to avoid talking about pricing of things because remember too, for some people that run like businesses and whatnot, this price is nothing. This is dirt cheap. Okay, so it looks like the wire goes through here. If I can get it to go through there. There we go. And it looks like it goes, the lever actuating goes towards the corner. That goes like that, and M2 self-tappers. Which I saw. I know I have some. I saw them. Whoa, those are some little heat sets. What are these little, oh. What are these little guys for? Self-tappers. Where are those self-tappers at? M2 8 machine screws. No, I need M2 self-tapping. I know I saw some machine. That one, that one, that one, that one. Do I not see self-cappers anymore? There's that, okay. Guys, I just have the M2 machine and washers. I don't see self-tappers anywhere. They fall? Nope. Oh, they did fall. Found them! Okay, so I need 2 of these. I'm starting to get the sniffles. There we go. Are they in the wiring? No, well, technically they were with some wire, but they fell on the floor. Not all printers are for everyone. Correct. And some printers are not all printers for everyone, but all printers are for somebody. Okay. So it looks like, so screw that in there. And there is a nice little wire path for these to follow. So that's nice. So let's push that in there. There we go. So you have this nice little wire channel that follows in. So there's our little end stop. Also, the wires are the Cocoa Press colors. The wires are the Cocoa Press colors. How is that for attention to detail? Ellie, did... Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. That's cool. Okay, motor wiring. So that goes on there with M3/8s. Okay. You thought I wouldn't notice that. I saw that. Okay. So motor wiring, the motor wiring should exit from here. So it opens out onto this side. Okay, so that goes like that. Wires go there. This cap goes on top here. Wow, it's amazing what you can get away with when you don't have to worry about anything. M3/8s, where are those M3/8s? M3/8s. So this is, put that down on the ground for a second, so you can get an actual view. Okay. So you got your 3 parts here. This goes on top like that. This goes on like this, and an M3/8 goes through everything. You're the first person to notice that. I can't be the first. Somebody else has had to have noticed that. Also, don't tighten these screws yet because you're going to have to adjust motor tension, belt tension later. So I go down until it's finger tight and then I just back it off like a quarter turn so it's loose. And actually, I'm going to do this. So, one second here. Ellie. Congratulations, Ellie. You're now a moderator. There you go. Now your name's blue in chat, so it stands out more. I wish I could VIP. That's something that YouTube doesn't have. Twitch has VIP, so you can VIP people so that their names are like highlighted and whatnot. I wish you could do that on YouTube. So like, you know, if I have a guest on or somebody, or a VIP like Ellie, I could highlight them. Okay, so that's that. And then we put the pulley on. Where was the pulley at again? Where was the pulley at? Which box had the pulley? Oh, it was the... Not the wiring box. It was the... This box. People should be nice to me. Great, I've given Ellie a sliver of power and she's already tripping. Okay, be careful with these because the set screws do not come in the nuts. Do not lose your set screws. Yeah. Or grub screws as some people call them. I call them lunch. Okay, just get these started so I don't lose them. Don't eat them. You're not my mom. Okay. Pulley placement. We will set the height of the pulley at a later step. Why are there these lines here? What's Nimgria? What's with this line? Why is that line there? What does that do? Why is that line there? Okay. Pulley placement. Set the height for now. Ensure that at least the top of the screw with that. Okay, cool. So we just kind of put it on for now. I guess it just kind of doesn't matter. So this one goes on like that, I guess. Okay, so I'm not tightening these yet because we're gonna have to adjust them. So that's that one. And next is an M3 thumb screw. Oh shit! Heck yeah! Heck yeah! That is so much better than the than having a screw that you gotta adjust manually. There you go. Oh, that's how you adjust your belt tension now. Look at that. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so let's back that off a bit. Basically as loose as she goes. There we go. That is nice. That is nice. I like that. Okay, M3, M530 goes down the hatch. Why do I see some of these features? I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes a printer, like a printer. Now the thing is though, like obviously if you look at this, so look at this motor mount compared to the current V01. This is a lot more simplistic for sure. Look how simple this motor mount is compared to the V01. So obviously this isn't going to be able to handle the same forces, but does it need to? That is the question. Okay, so then we get so that's that one. So M540 comes up from the bottom and M530 comes out. So there's is that NEMA 17? Yeah, it's a NEMA 17 too. Yeah, these are bigger motors. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, that's orientated like that. so I'm looking at that. Okay. So M5 40, M5 30. Oh, we'd be building a bearing stack. Okay. Bearing stack time. So we got printed spacer, washer, bearing, washer. Okay, so let's get the printed spacer. I got a feeling I'm going to be needing a bunch of these. So. Okay, so printed spacer, washer, oh, these are the fancy washers. Okay, so that's that. Hardware stacks. We'll be installing a number of similar but not identical stacks of hardware shown below. Pay attention. Okay. And on this side, we got washer, bearing, washer, bearing, washer. Okay. Ah, shoot. Okay. Washer. Bearing, washer, washer, bearing, washer. Okay, so that's that bearing stack. I know shims, washers, same difference. Okay, so this threads into plastic, extra screw. Oh, so this gets captured. Okay, so we installed an M530 here that will be captured on the printed part. The fastener will help mount the drive later in the frame at a later step. Okay. Ah! No! Shoot. I bipped it. Okay. So now okay, that one screws into plastic. This one just, okay, so this one screws into plastic. Nope, that's, where did I put my Allen key for this? So this one screws into plastic. Okay. So obviously screwing into plastic, you want to basically screw till it stops and then just stop. Last thing you want to do is rip the threads out and ruin your perfectly brand new printed part. Okay, so that's that. So that screws in the plastic. That's that extra captive screw. And then an M330 through the top. Okay, so thumb screw M320. Where? Oh, nope. It's going here. 330. That just goes through here. Why? Oh, that goes all the way down to that. That heat set that you put in at the bottom, this screws into it. There we go. Okay. So at this point, oh, we could set the set screw height on the pulley. Okay, adjust it later if we need to. Which we might have to, it's hard to judge. Preheat set it? No, I'm heat setting them as I go. Okay, so that's that one. So now we do the other side. So we've already put these heat sets in. Okay, grab the motor. Okay. So that faces the outside. Goes there. Goes there, and 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you buy the part kit from Coco Press, I printed my own parts, but if you buy the part kit from Coco Press, you can buy them pre-heat setted, apparently it looks like. Slide that over all the way. Put our nut in. I love these tensioning nuts. I love these. I love that. And then as soon as it moves, we're good. Now put the pulley on first, I guess, whatever. Put the pulley on. Just kind of eyeball it for now. Because we're going to be adjusting it later. Okay. And we put that in, which we already did, an M330 from the top. So you put this one in now because it gets captive later by this cap. So see this screw here, but there's still an access hole to tighten the nut or the screw, but it's just captive. So you got to put it in now because it'll get captive. Okay. And now we got to build some more stacks. So grab 530. Where's the M540s? Where's M530? Where's M540? No? M540. There you go. Are we going to speed benchy a chocolate benchy? Sure, why not? Although, don't hold your breath. Okay, 540 comes up there, and 530 comes up there. So this one now gets a, so we put that, washer, bearing, bearing, washer, and then printed spacer. And then this one is washer, bearing, yep, bearing, washer. So remember, anytime you do a Voron or a Voron spec bearing stack, which these are, it's washer, bearing, bearing, washer. So then when you have another one, it's washer, bearing, bearing, washer. So you have two washers or shims next to each other in the middle. If you forget that second washer, it won't line up, and you're gonna have a bad time. Go. Remember this one here screws into plastic. Okay, M330 down the top. So that's M340. Oh, that's M320. Where'd that M330 go? M330. Yeah, I'm digging these colors. I haven't done an, I guess you could call it Iron Man colors on a printer build before. Okay, line up our stack right about there. Adjust it later if we need to. There we go. So we've done that, and now we can put those on. Sweet. Mount them. And 5 T-nuts. So we got one on that side. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is starting to come together. This is starting to come together and look good. Also, I don't know if this is just me. How do I word this? LDO kits are good, okay? LDO kits are good, okay? They're really the only like kit I recommend that I have no problem recommending. The components in this kit feel like they're better. I don't know if it's just my brain or what, but I feel like the hardware in this kit just appears to be better. And I don't know if that's just my brain doing brain things or what? This is that captive one here. Like, I don't know if it just, you know, the screws seem shinier. Oh, dang it, I hit the wrong button again. I accidentally skipped a bunch. Yeah, it's an LDO kit. M510. They do. These screws seem shinier. I don't know if I'm just like, my brain is just being like, eh. Like, I know LDO kits are good, but this feels like a more gooder kit. I don't know. I don't know if it's the coating that they put on it, or if it just, you know, that's just what LDO kits come with now. I don't know. Oh shoot, I screwed up. I screwed up. I didn't line up that screw first. There we go. There we go. Wait until you get to the extruder thumb screw. Oh, I have it over here. Freely, that's good there. That's good there. Okay. What time are we at anyways? Ooh. We're gonna be doing the draw like any minute now. So if you haven't entered for a chance to win some Polymaker filament, enter now, because we're almost at the end of the stream. So we mounted that side, we mounted this side, attaching the drive unit, we've done that, and the covers. I guess we could put the covers on. Printed it with a brim. Tens, okay. So this is the little cover that goes in the middle. It uses two M310s to hold it in place. Easy peasy install. go. Although I do have like a millimeter gap on each side. M5 nut goes there. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. I think this is a good spot to end it on. The drive access port, yeah, because I gotta put heat sets in. I gotta wait for the iron to heat up. Yeah, that's a good spot to call it there, I think. Yeah. I think this is, I mean, we got the AB drive motors mounted, we got the Z motor mounted, we got the bed mounted, we got the whole frame assembled. I love these AB motor mounts though. I love how simple they are. I think that's a good pace for the start for part one. So yeah, you guys want to do a giveaway? I'll give you 1 minute to make sure you enter. Finish it today. It's Halloween. I'm gonna go make dinner and then go get candy. I'm absolutely starving because I haven't eaten anything today. Because again, candy. Okay. Don't be a quitter. Let's put all these back in. So you got until I finish putting all these screws away to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament if you haven't yet. Also, is there a reason I got 2 of these screws? Ellie, I got 2 of the exact same screws. The thumb screws, the M612 thumb screws. I got 2 of them. Was I supposed to have 2? Did somebody miss one? Is somebody missing theirs? There. She in here. And that goes in there. There we go. That was good progress. Good progress. So we still have, I love these curved extrusions too for the top. Those are gonna look so good. Like, oh, yeah. Curved extrusions. Actually, ooh, it's a little out of square. We'll make it work. What's this guy for? What is this guy for? Oh, this is probably for the tool head. Okay, let's do this giveaway because I am freezing and I'm also hungry. So every stream, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. And this is a stream, so we're gonna give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Also, for those that won the community challenge on Friday, I got everyone's replies back, so you should get emails today. There we go. Control C, Control A, delete, Control V. There we go. Still 8C, 12.9 C, 12.9 Celsius. So for you Amerikanskis, it is currently 55 degrees Fahrenheit in my garage. Okay, so this is a chocolate printer. I don't know, give me a number between 1 and chocolate. I need a number between 1 and chocolate. How many numbers are in chocolate? I don't know. Just start spamming numbers so I can just randomize this somehow. 13, sure, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And this random one, it's gonna be the random. Look, it's the line. It's magic, it's predictive. It's this line right here. It's gonna go, no, shit. One day it'll be the odd one out. Additive atom. Open atom. Open atom. Open atom. Congratulations, Additive Atom. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congratulations. So we're gonna call it there. I will continue with this build series on Friday. Friday will be an 11 a.m. stream. It'll be 11 a.m. And then we'll continue, if obviously we probably won't get it done on Friday, we'll continue Saturday. So yeah, I'm super excited to get this finished because I want to print some chocolate. Because I'm hungry. I'm really hungry right now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first part of this build series. It's going really good. The only thing I could potentially critique on the manual so far is perhaps don't install, although, would you be able to get this in with the bed in? Because it's got to come in on an angle. I don't know. That's the only thing that's annoying, is you put this panel in and then you have to line up your lead screw for the Z, which is a pain to do with this in. But you have to put it in, I think, first. I don't know. That's the only thing I can really think of. Other than that, great job so far. Okay, I'm digging these colors. These colors look so good. It's gonna look so good. Where is it? Just with this on there. Oh yeah. There we go. Says you can't put the bed in with the rails. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. I'm hungry. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. Shout out to Cocoa Press. You know, like, this isn't sponsored. They didn't send me this kit. I bought this. This is mine. But shout out to Cocoa Press for designing something cool and Ellie so I could build it on stream, because this is cool. It's a chocolate printer. It makes chocolate prints. That's cool. Buy one. Link in the description. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. If you haven't joined the Discord, link in the description. Go join the Discord. And tomorrow will be another Twitch gaming stream. And then Friday we'll be back to building this, because I want to get it done. Because I want to make chocolate prints. So we're going to call it there. Happy Halloween. If you're going trick-or-treating, be safe out there. Wash your hands. Eat all the candy. And I will see you another day. Goodbye.